It's me and Dirty 30.
Got a dirty 30 on me. Dirty.
Keep a dirty 30, Stephen Curry.
Nigga call it dirty 30. Man, I got this dirty 30. Dirty 30, working on me. With dirty 30. Dirty 30.
Dirty
Got
30.
the dirty 30, got the dirty 30, got the dirty 30, got the dirty 30.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dirty 30 podcast, your favorite podcast out there in the audio airwaves. I'm your host, Buzzer Larkin. To my right, I got my man, C.K. Chad Kelly in the building. Chad Kelly, how you living, brother?
Living well. I tell you guys the same shit every fucking week, baby. I'm feeling good. I feel great.
Yes, sir.
D-Man, how you feeling, brother?
Same old shit, man. Same old shit. I'm feeling all right.
Feeling all right, baby. Hey, it's June. What can we complain about, man? Every day feels good out there. All right, starting the show off here, we're going to talk about the NBA, but not the NBA Finals. We're going to talk about some other news that's coming out. Quinn Snyder has stepped down from being the head coach of the Utah Jazz after 8 seasons. The general sense is that he's going to be taking a year off to himself and then helping out a different NBA franchise. But Donovan Mitchell is not too happy about that. Donovan Mitchell says, quote, he's a bit unsettled, unnerved, and wondering what it means for the franchise's future. Donovan Mitchell considered Quinn Snyder a significant part of his reasoning for committing to a 5-year max contract in 2020, so he's still got 3 years of that contract left, and Quinn Snyder was a big fucking reason why he signed it. Mitchell said he's, quote, surprised and disappointing. Now, Quinn Snyder had a .623 winning percentage over the past 6 seasons, third best in the NBA, and he's the second winningest Utah Jazz head coach of all time, right behind the legendary Jerry Sloan. Now, all those numbers sound fine and dandy, but the Utah Jazz ain't been getting shit done on the court. Let's be honest here. Their postseason woes have lasted probably ever since Donovan Mitchell got into the league. I mean, when Donovan Mitchell came into the league, he kind of took the league by storm, you know what I mean? A lot of people thought that he deserved the Rookie of the Year over Ben Simmons. They gave it to Ben. Other than that, he was in the playoffs. He knocked out the PG, Russell Westbrook, OKC. I don't know if you guys remember that series or not, but at the time, it seemed like Donovan Mitchell's here. He's not fucking around. He's here to play, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then you get in the postseason later on in his career, and he just hasn't been playing as great. But I don't know if you can put the blame completely on him. I got to ask you guys, who really is to blame for the recent postseason letdowns of the Utah Jazz?
To be honest, I expect this out of the Jazz. This is what the Jazz do. This is their culture. They never had a championship culture. They was like this in the 90s. They would have a great record for 3-4 years, but could never capture a championship. It's the same exact way today. Who gets the blame, though? I feel like it's a collection of all of them. The coaching staff, the players. Donovan Mitchell needs to do better at getting his teammates involved. Mm-hmm. He takes a lot of shots.
He does. In the postseason,
he's really a point guard because he brings the ball up court. And he has to get his teammates more involved. Donovan Mitchell taking 25 shots a game ain't going to win them championships, bro.
Man, if the shot ain't falling, you got to pass the ball at some point. You know what I mean?
That's how he was at Louisville. He's always been a gun type of player. Like,
yeah,
I'm going to get my shots, but he's not efficient.
It's almost like in his head, if I can't get the job done for my team, and nobody can, kind of mentality. But Dylan, what about you over there? Who do you really think is to blame?
I think it's team defense, really. I think Gobert's overrated.
Oh, man. I was going to
get it out.
You need to get him out of here, I think, personally, if you're Utah Jazz. Try to trade him for somebody young that you can develop. I don't think that they can win the way they're playing right now.
How many defensive player of the year does Gobert have?
He has 3. And I think he's the worst defensive player of the year a person to ever win, ever, in my opinion.
And he only is considered because he gets a lot of defensive rebounds and defensive blocks. That's it.
They factor in the defensive rebounds with like the steals and the block.
They'll factor in the defensive rebounds. Will get Rudy Gobert that
advantage, the edge.
It
gives them that edge over like the Miles Turners and the other players like that.
It gives them the edge over the guards.
Oh, for defensive player of the year.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Because guards can't grab rebounds like that.
That's
They're not
true.
blocking shots like that. You know what I mean?
That's very fucking true.
That's why it was very impressive when Marcus Smart winning Defensive Player of the Year this year.
That was super dope, which I thought was well deserved. I know Dylan thought maybe Mikal Bridges deserved it, but
I love seeing a
Jaren
guard.
Jackson played great defensively all year too. Like way better than Gobert did, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert. Honestly, dude, I would almost point to. I don't like pointing fingers, but Rudy Gobert, man, I just don't like him that much as a player. He's not. Don't get me. He brings the defensive aspect, but his attitude on top of his like just whole all around overall game, I would ship him. You know what I mean? I'd get rid of him. I wouldn't get rid of Donovan. But with this move happening, Quinn Snyder leaving, and The future of the Jazz is uncertain, so it's really looking like Donovan maybe won't be in a Utah Jazz uniform next season, but he might be. But if he isn't, where do you guys want to see him land and why?
I want to see him go to the Bucks, like have them trade some of their role players.
Drew
off the
Holiday,
bench.
a couple role players.
I think they should try to keep Drew Holiday. I think if I'm getting rid of
There's
anybody
no way they get
from that core,
Drew
if I'm getting rid of
Donovan.
anybody from that core, it's Chris Middleton and some
Okay.
some
I forgot about
Chris Middleton and
Forgot
some
about
like
Chris.
some role players like Bobby Portis or like Grayson Allen or something. Try to
Right.
ship them over and try to get Donovan there. I think Donovan and Giannis would be a good ass duo. Personally, super athletic, fucking can run the floor constantly. You know what I mean?
Throw
Giannis
lobs.
Exactly. Giannis is kind of getting a little bit of a mid-range jump shot. A little
Yeah.
bit. He's working on it, so we'll see.
Okay, what about you, Chad?
Bring your ass to the Bulls, Donovan. Fuck, shit, I like to see you on the Bulls. We'll trade Lonzo or Zach LaVine. I mean,
Yeah.
I heard Zach LaVine's trying to go to LA, but
I heard Levine's out too, bro.
Yeah.
So bringing him to the Bulls
bring
actually.
his ass to the Chicago.
Yeah, man, it's a fucking historic franchise. Why not? Looking online, though, I seen Donovan Mitchell's from New York. They talk about him going to the Knicks, bringing him home to the Knicks, teaming up with actually getting rid of R.J. Barrett, I read, and a couple other people.
Big market. That'd be good for Donovan.
That'd be good for Donovan, too. But, man, with the expectations of the Knicks, it's like every year they're expecting you to be great, you know what I mean? And they're not great every year, you know what I mean? And another one I seen was the Atlanta Hawks, teaming them up with Trae Young, but getting rid of John Collins in the mix.
That wouldn't work.
You don't think Donovan
Trae
Mitchell?
Young and Donovan Mitchell would not work.
They'd butt heads.
Yeah, Trae Young has to have the ball in his hands at all times to be effective. So does Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Who would work off the ball?
Maybe
Lately.
Trae Young could take like a Steph role and try to learn off from Steph and run off ball the whole time.
Yeah, nobody can move off ball like Steph. He is.
Man, and can we be honest here? Steph Curry in the NBA Finals, he turns it on to another level, don't he? Whenever he's in the finals.
He don't have a Finals MVP.
No, he don't. But I'll tell you what, Jordan Poole looked good last night too in that game. That series is 1-1. I feel like we shouldn't. I didn't want to talk about that today because it's still ongoing.
not
You know
to,
what I mean?
though.
I know. Literally just happened
Especially
naturally.
shit, Jordan Poole half court shot.
Yeah.
That shit was butter.
That was like one of the only things I actually got to watch live from the game. He wet that shit. He looked right at Steph after he did it too, didn't he? Did you see what Jaylen Brown was saying about the little scuffle they had? Jaylen Brown said Draymond Green tried to pull his pants down.
I'm not gonna lie, like the shit Draymond's been saying lately has been kind of pissing me off, though, in the media, like all that shit, like. He's really trying to discredit KD in that whole series. Like, he wasn't a factor in that Golden State
KD
team.
averaged 35.
Yeah,
in
like,
series,
I mean, I
bro.
get that the Golden State, like, their offense runs through Steph, and Steph's the focal point of that shit, but you can't just completely take KD out of the equation because you don't fucking like him or you guys are beefing right now.
Like, honestly, I can't believe that those talks are still ongoing. Like, Draymond's in a 1-1 NBA Finals series, and he's still, like, commenting on the Durant drama and
it's
shit.
It's because everybody on Golden State deep down knows, and it's no shot towards KD.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on Golden State knows they could have won without him. That's where everybody on Golden State's like, we was winning without you, bro.
Yeah.
You came and hopped on our bandwagon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And even now, they're back in the finals without him. Golden State, they built a winning culture that's unmatched, bro. It's fucking nice, but I do love seeing the Durant and Draymond beef back and forth. And let's be honest, the way Draymond Green has been, like, acting lately, it's Draymond's world. We're just living in it. Like, he does whatever he wants, it seems like on the court and everything.
Yeah. Draymond's the type of player you hate him if he's on the other team, but you fucking love him when he's on your team.
He's one of the guys where it might not show up on a stat sheet how much you need him, but man, he's fucking crucial.
He had a couple possessions last night. He was guarding Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and he fucking completely locked him up, bro. Put stickies on him. I was like, damn, bro. It don't even look like he can really move laterally that fast, but Draymond can move to be that wide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. And speaking of him being able to move, have you ever seen him get a defensive rebound? He'll push it up court fast as fuck to start try to get a real quick, fast break transition bucket, and he's always finding the cutter. Okay, so we're gonna move over to the MLB here. It is June and it is Pride Month. Some things that some MLB teams do is they'll recognize Pride Month by, maybe throwing a patch on their jersey or hat or just doing something to honor the LGBTQ plus community. Not the Tampa Bay Rays, though. At least 5 players on the Tampa Bay Rays roster opted to not wear a patch the team added to the uniform intended to celebrate Pride Month. During the team's 16th annual Pride Night celebration, Rays caps had uniforms and logos with the style of the modern LGBTQ plus flag. Pitchers Jason Adam, Jalen Beeks, Brooks Raley, Jeffrey Springs, and Ryan Thompson were among the players who did not wear the patch on their uniforms. Of that bunch, Jason Adams was selected by the organization to speak on behalf of the players who opted out, and he called it, quote, a faith-based decision, and that decision wasn't, quote, judgmental. Now here's the full quote from him. So it's a hard decision, because ultimately we all said what we want is them to know that all are welcome and loved here. But when we put it on our bodies, I think a lot of guys decided that that's just a lifestyle that maybe not that they look down on anybody or think differently. It's just that maybe we don't want to encourage it if we believe in Jesus. who's encouraged us to live a lifestyle that would abstain from that behavior. Just like Jesus encourages me as a heterosexual male to abstain from sex outside the confines of my marriage. It's no different. Manager Kevin Cash said he gave the Rays players an option. Like, it was their option if they wanted to wear it or not. And it didn't create any division amongst the players or the staff within the clubhouse. So the Tampa Bay Rays team itself is good. Okay, so just first and foremost, I got to ask you guys, do you guys think it was wrong of these players to take off their pride patches?
Personally, if I was on the Rays and my coach told me it was an option, I wouldn't wear it because personally, it's not the lifestyle I would want to promote to people. That's why I wouldn't wear it. I kind of feel like they're trying to push this on people. Like, come on, bro. Dirty 30 Podcast has no problem with gay people.
Yeah.
No problemo. Just pushing this narrative and pushing this lifestyle, pushing this shit on people is terrible to me. I think it's a terrible idea, and I definitely personally would not have worn it.
And it's like, if you don't hop on the train, you're the bad guy. Like,
Right.
it's like if you don't follow along and hop on the train, then you're bad. Dylan, what do you think? Do you think it was wrong of these players to take it off?
I don't think it was wrong for these players to take off their patches. I think that everybody's entitled to their own opinion, their own decision, and they're allowed to stick whatever the fuck they want to stick with. You know what I mean? They don't have to respect or fuck with you if that's what you want to be. I tell you what, I have no problem with people that want to make that decision. You guys want to go live your lives and be part of the LGBTQ community, then go ahead. But I don't think that you should be forced to wear that shit.
Or push your sexual preferences on other people. You know what I mean? Because that's all it is. They're pushing who they would like to have sex with.
Yeah. And I think the worst part about it is it will affect kids' minds. It goes into kids' heads. Like, they shouldn't be learning about this shit this young. That's just my personal
terrible,
opinion.
bro.
And let me take it another step further. Man, these fucking MLB execs, they don't give a fuck about LGBTQ. They're only throwing it on their uniform so the whole world sees them and like they're good and they got the thumbs up and the check mark.
Yep.
Okay, we're good. We passed the LGBTQ. We're good. And then they're just getting paid and they don't really care about them.
I could see the execs doing it like, oh, we can bring in more fans. You know what I
That's
mean?
literally tapping into another demographic.
Audience,
Exactly.
demographic. And it's just money. All at the end of the day, it's what it boils down to, money. So do you guys expect the LGBTQ plus crowd to go cancel culture on the Rays?
I don't think they should. They might, but they shouldn't. If I was LGBTQ and somebody wasn't fucking with me and I was LGBTQ, what I would say is fuck that guy. I don't give a fuck about your opinion or what you got to say. I'm going to go be LGBTQ over here. You can do your thing over there. You know what I mean? That's how they should be. That's how it should be. Motherfuckers don't think like that. They think if, you're not perfectly aligned with what I viewed and you're a terrible person and you're not fucking worth my time.
Right.
How dare you think you could go through life without crossing somebody that has different beliefs than you? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, bro, could you imagine a world where everybody thought the same?
It'd be whack. It'd
You know
be
what
so
I'm saying?
whack.
Like, bro, this shit is crazy to me.
But last thing I'll ask you guys about this, you guys think that the Rays will be fined by the MLB at all? Do you
No.
think
There's no rules or regulations on that shit. I guarantee it. Oh, if you didn't wear LGBTQ on your uniform, we're gonna fine you. There's no way.
The last thing that I just reiterate real quick for the people out there listening is that, like, we do not hate you if you are LGBTQ community.
Hell no.
We respect you. You could go do whatever you want. All I'm saying is don't push it on people that don't want to have it pushed on them. That's all
Stop
I'm
pushing
saying.
it on the kids too.
Yeah, especially do not go after kids. Like, I seen
Well, they're the most vulnerable.
literally, and their minds are the most malleable. You can
Yes.
literally change the way they think off of what you tell them.
Amen, bro.
Just be respectful about other people's decisions. You know what I mean? That's all I can say.
Beautiful.
That was.
Moving forward here, so I don't know if you guys seen it or not. I know Dylan's seen it because he's the one that put me on. Jackass 4.5 got added to Netflix, and it's basically full of all these outtakes and shit they didn't use in the Jackass Forever movie. So it was an hour and a half of fresh ass content. I was laughing my ass off pretty much the whole time. And there was some behind the scenes shit too. So they added some new characters. We got a big dude named Zach Thomas. They got Jasper from Loiter Squad. And my favorite, a dude named Poopies. Poopies is so fucking fried. He's like a Southern California surfboard kind of dude. You man, Chad, you gotta watch this shit.
still haven't watched
It's
it.
fucking hilarious,
It is
bro.
pretty funny.
It's pretty fucking funny.
I hesitated watching. I heard there was a lot of dicks in it. Is that true?
That is true.
There's actually a lot of dicks in it.
I think they even talk about it in the movie, how like a dick joke is just like untapped potential, or you can literally use a dick joke for anything, anywhere. That's what they were talking about in the movie.
And one of the ones they do, Chad, is they take these two dudes, they get these like two clear pieces of glass and they put it on their dicks to where the glass is shut like this. Their dicks are literally smushed and they start playing ping pong on this glass against each other. Like
It's pretty fucked up, bro.
across somebody else playing ping pong on it, bro. It's crazy. That's a pretty wild stunt. But what's your guys' favorite favorite Jackass stunt of all time?
Just Johnny Knoxville in that bull ring, fucking, you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo. Bro, I could see myself doing that shit. Like, that was one of the only stunts I'm like, I could do that.
In a bull ring.
Yeah,
and
bull
shit.
ring, fucking angry bull comes out, fucking chasing you around. The bull would not catch me, bro.
Dude, in the new one, Johnny Knoxville did that shit again, and he got flipped like literally upside down. Like, he almost fucked himself up badly. That's why you gotta watch the new one, bro. It's tight. Dylan, what about you though? Favorite stunt ever?
My favorite stunt's probably got to be that golf course air horn prank where they're like fucking in the trees and people are trying to play golf. It's just funny how mad everybody was getting whenever
That
they
shit's
fucking
serious,
blow the
bro.
air horn.
Motherfuckers golfing and you make any type of noise on a golf course, they'll
They
snap.
fuck up their swing and then they're throwing the clubs at you in the tree.
Yeah, throwing like the club through the bushes and
Yeah,
shit.
that shit's
My favorite part of that skit is whenever like the people start lining the ball up and like fucking blasting the ball over there where they're at in the fucking bushes and shit. My favorite of all time though is probably the high five whenever Johnny Knoxville was just standing in the fucking in the doorway.
big
Like,
ass hand.
yeah, there's a big ass hand there and Wee Man's like, hey, what's going on, Dunn? Like, what's up, man? Like, and I was like, high five, bro. Like, they had one dude had like a tray full of like soup or something. He had the soup blasted all over him, and then I think
it was Bam. It was Bam that had the soup. I'm
Bam,
pretty sure.
no. I think Bam got it the worst. Bam was the one at the very end. He like literally got taken off his feet. Literally, I think it was I don't know the dude's name. It's not Aaron.
Dave England.
Yeah, it's Dave England. That's exactly who the fuck it is. He's the one that gets blasted with the soup.
Wasn't they putting like fucking like a bag of baby powder around it too, or like
Yeah.
powder? Or
One
some
of them
shit?
had some baby powder by
I
it.
think it
But
was Bam, the one that Bam got hit with.
dude, Bam got hit the
Nah, bro, he
worst.
said Bam was. I'm scared.
That's got to be my favorite though. What stunt do you think you guys could pull off, if any?
I don't know the name of it, but the one where they're on the giant like inflatable fucking raft thing, and two people jump off of like a high little ledge, and like they land on the raft and they shoot you up in the air and then they're spraying fucking
Yeah,
paintballs at you.
okay. Whenever they have them in a duck, like they're wearing like a duck outfit or
Yeah.
some shit, and Johnny Knoxville and all them are wearing like the real tree camo shit.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of with Chad, kind of not with Chad. I would do the running of the bulls one, like just the thrill of like running with all your friends, like and having all these bulls running behind you. Could you guys imagine how fun that'd be?
The
Like
adrenaline would be high as fuck.
your adrenaline will be like, oh my god, holy shit, just like running your ass off, looking over your shoulder. But in that intro, they actually all got fucking smoked.
Yeah,
They all got fucked up. But if you guys could do those ones, what's one you absolutely would not ever do in a million years?
The one I would never do is the fucking poop slingshot. When Steve-O's sitting down in a porta potty, they fucking slingshot him all the way in the air to where gravity pulls the shit out of the toilet and shit is just like floating.
It's like a vortex of shit.
It goes all over Steve-O. He's like fucking getting shit in his nose, all that shit. Bro. The most nasty shit I've ever seen. I would definitely not do that one.
I would never do that one either. But what about you, Dylan?
The one I would never do has got to be the sweatsuit one with Preston.
Oh,
where like
Steve-O drinking sweat.
Yeah, where like he was sitting there on the treadmill running for like 15 minutes, sweaty as fuck, fat ass dude, and then they like literally squeeze sweat from like his gooch area into a cup, and he fucking drinks it. Like that right there would be something I would rather die.
Remember the cameraman was throwing up too.
Yeah, I would literally rather
Lance.
die than do that. Honestly,
Another one though I wouldn't do. I think it was Steve-O or Johnny Knoxville. They put paper cuts on each slit in his hands and his toes, bro.
It was Steve-O. Steve-O was doing his tongue and shit too, like paper cutting his
that
tongue.
shit was really hard to watch for me.
Dude, they've done so much crazy shit. Like the ones that I would never fuck with is the butt play, the ass play shit they be doing. Like on the newest one on Netflix, they put these beakers in their ass and like pour hot sauce in it and shit.
Yeah, they be doing some
Yeah.
fucking weird shit sometimes.
But the one I absolutely would never do is the one they made Ryan Dunn do. Put the toy car in a condom, lubed it up, and put it up his ass and got the X-ray. Like that foreign doctor was like, "That's a toy car. This is a toy
that's a
car."
Hot Wheel.
Yeah, that's a Hot Wheel.
yeah, that shit's terrible. Man.
Had to play that shit one time for the one time. All right, fellas, closing the show out here, man. I just had a question when I was at work today. Somebody asked me, and I thought I'd ask you guys: amusement parks or water parks? What do you guys choose? What's your shit?
It depends on, I don't know. Amusement parks, you get that adrenaline high. You know what I mean? It's so fun because you're scared. You know what I mean?
Scared
The roller
shitless.
coaster's fucking 300 feet in the sky and shit.
Right, and then
Makes-
final destination.
Right. But water parks is a different type of fun. I fuck with water parks more personally because I just like jumping in a pool, fucking going down huge water slides, fucking
Yeah.
seeing women in bikinis. I'm just kidding, Alexis. I mean,
Yeah, maybe not being on like a giant motorized fucking thing that could malfunction at any fucking second. D-Man, what about you over there, brother?
I'm amusement parks all the way, bro. I'm not a big fan of like giant bodies of water, especially with a lot of fucking people in them. So like, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna take the Diamondback for sure.
Dylan does.
Diamondback was tight.
Kings Island, fucking, I love the amusement park compared to the water park. So fuck water parks, amusement parks all the way, bro.
Dylan does take me as the kind of guy to be like, no, like public pools are so dirty, like and all the pee in them and shit. Like I can picture you being that kind of guy.
Fuck out of here, man. I like the wave pool. Wave pool's fun. Whenever the fucking waves are going like 12 feet in the air and shit.
Wave pool in the lazy river. That's all you need, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all we got for you guys today, though. I'm your host, Buzzer Larkin.
I'm Chad Kelly.
I'm D-Man.
And that's a wrap, motherfucker. Come on.
Bro, I was watching this YouTube video last night about Bam Margera, bro. Like, that motherfucker damn near, like, I wouldn't say he helped invent Jackass, but, like, he was doing some shit called, like, CYK before Jackass. And that shit was basically Jackass, bro. It was basically Jackass before Jackass was invented. Like, he would just be riding around on a skateboard and they would just be doing stunts the whole time. Him, Bam Margera, like Ryan Dunn and his friends and shit.
Bro, and that's why, like, I always questioned why, like, Johnny Knoxville's the ringleader of them. Because even, like, Steve-O and Chris Pontius, and they were on Wild Boys and shit. Yeah. Like, when Johnny Knoxville wasn't on that shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
that's like, they were talking about that because, like, Bam had a show. They gave Bam a show.
Bam
and they
had
gave
his own
Chris
show,
Pontius
yeah.
and Steve-O his show. That was Wild Boys.
Yeah.
They gave the same time they gave them their own shows, and Johnny Knoxville wasn't a part of that.
Johnny Knoxville wasn't even a part of that shit.
I guess they all just
bro.
linked together, like, creatively and was like, fuck it, we'll create this show Jackass, I think.
But even on Netflix, like, they was saying, like, yeah, Steve was like, man, like, we thought it was done. Like, we thought it was over. And then fucking Johnny Knoxville was the one that was like, I'm ready to do another one. And they were like, let's do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why was it that Johnny Knoxville got to say some shit?
I think it's probably he's more popular than all of them, like through his movies and shit.
I gotta look up his real name too, real quick.
It's Philip something, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm ready when you guys are.
Okay. I'm ready too.
All right.
I'm just gonna pick up where I left off. I was getting ready to say something about Dylan's. That was perfect.